Hey, future real estate moguls, are you ready to discover the secret to making big profits in real estate with minimal risk and effort? Introducing wholesaling, the ultimate real estate investment strategy that's taken the industry by storm. In this video, we'll uncover the lucrative world of wholesaling, where savvy investors buy distressed properties, make minimal improvements, and sell for massive profits. Stay tuned as we delve into the step-by-step process and reveal insider tips to help you unlock the full potential of wholesaling. If you're ready to revolutionize your real estate investing game and achieve financial freedom, this is one video you cannot afford to miss. We're going to get started, but first, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so others can see this video and you are notified when I post new content. Get ready to take lots of notes. This is a keeper. I'm Dr. Brown. I have 13 years experience in real estate investing, and last year my company did $953,900 in real estate. Today we are unlocking the profitable world of wholesaling. I'm going to share my screen with you and we're going to get started. If you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Here we go. We're going to get started from the beginning. Wholesale, a deep dive into this fascinating investment strategy. What is wholesaling? Wholesaling is a real estate investment strategy that combines elements of wholesaling and retailing properties. What does wholesaling include? Wholesale and retail. For the wholesale side, an investor contacts to buy a property at a low price and then assigns or resells the contract to another buyer for a higher price, typically without making any repairs or renovations. And on the retail side, retailing involves purchasing a property, making improvements or renovations, and then selling it for a profit on the retail market. What are the benefits for investors? Number one, lower acquisition costs. Number two, reduced holding costs. Number three, faster turnaround time. Number four, less risk exposure. Number five, appeal to a wider range of buyers. And number six, flexibility and exit strategies. And we're going to look at each one of these benefits more deeply within the video. So the first benefit is lower costs, and you have lower acquisition costs and reduced holding costs. So on the lower acquisition costs, wholesale deals often involves purchasing distressed properties below market value, which can provide investors with immediate equity and more profit once the property is resold. And reduced holding costs, wholesaling involves making minimal improvements to the property. Holding costs such as property taxes, insurance, and utilities are typically lower compared to a full-scale renovation project because you're only going to hold this property for a short period of time. So again, you're going to have an increased profit margin because your holding costs are going to be decreased. Benefit number two is risk mitigation. So you're going to have a faster turnaround time and less risk exposure. So for a faster turnaround time compared to traditional retail flips, making minimal improvements, investors can quickly prepare the property for sale and get it back on the market. For less risk exposure, making only minor improvements, investors reduce their exposure to unexpected costs and potential complications that can arise during extensive renovation projects. So you're never going over budget on this hotel project. So your vulnerability is going to be less as well because you're only going to hold this property for a short period of time. So the next benefit is the exit strategy. So you're going to attract a greater variety of purchases. Because properties often appeal to both investors looking for a fixer-upper and home buyers looking for a property in livable condition. So it's going to be dated more than likely. However, it will be livable so that they can work on it while they're living in the property. And the flexibility and exit strategy provides investors with flexibility in their exit strategy depending on market conditions and buyer demand. Investors can choose to either sell the property outright or hold on to it as a rental property for passive income. And then when the market changes, then they can put it on the market for sale. So this allows you to pivot in case the market conditions change or something changes in your financial portfolio. So we're going to look at some formulas that you should or could consider if you are going to wholesale a deal. So you're looking for the maximum allowable offer, or the MAO. So there's two ways to look at this. So the first way is current value, MAO. So you're going to look at the current value based on comps, which is the CV, and you're going to subtract the closing costs, which is generally 9%, which is usually 6% commission for your realtors and 3% for the closing costs. And then you're going to subtract the holding costs, which is about 6%. And then you're going to subtract your desired profit, which is usually no less than 15%. So you're going to take the current value times 70%, because all of the closing costs, the holding costs, and your profit is going to equal about 30% of the deal. So your MAO is going to be the current value times 70%. For example, if you are purchasing a house that's $300,000 and you're going to multiply that by 70%, so your maximum allowable offer would be $210,000. Now, with this current value MAO, that means that this property is functional, which means that it's dated but it's livable, and it will be able to pass inspection. And the other formula that you could consider is the after repair value MAO, which is the after repair value based on comps. You're going to subtract closing costs, you're going to subtract the holding costs, and you're going to subtract your desired profit. Now remember, you're going to do minimal repairs. So don't get this confused with the regular ARV, or after repair value. You're only getting this property up to functionality, which means that it can pass an inspection. Sometimes if you purchase a distressed property that has been vacant for a long time, then usually the water is not working or the electric is not working in there. So you're going to make minimal repairs on this so that it passes inspection. So the formula for this is going to be the ARV, the after repair value, times 70%, which will equal your maximum allowable offer. So say, for example, this the same $300,000 house, you're going to put maybe $10,000 into it because you need to clean it out. You need to maybe fix a couple of drain pipes or some kind of plumbing in there. You may need to do a little bit with the electric so that when the inspectors come out, the water and electric is working. So you may have to put $10,000 into this property if it's dated and is not livable. You're going to make it where it could be livable and pass an inspection, because sometimes, well, most of the time, home buyers have FHA loans, and of course, you know that those properties and any other kind of property that has like bank lending, the property has to be able to pass inspection. So in this case, you're going to spend $10,000 in repairs, and you're going to multiply that, the $310,000 times the 70%, and your maximum allowable offer is going to be $217,000 for this property. So what does the wholesaling process include? It includes calculating your maximum purchase price, or MAO, which is what we just talked about with those two formulas. You're going to actually acquire the property at or below MAO. The minimum renovation or improvement that you would have to do on the property in order for it to pass inspection. Then you're going to determine the selling price by the comps in the area. And then you're going to calculate the expected profit, which you should have already calculated in the MAO. And then you're going to set a selling price based on the MAO and comps. And you're going to put it on the market and sell the property using a real estate agent, or if you can do it for sale by owner, then that means that you can eliminate the commissions from the closing costs, which means that your profit margin is going to be even bigger. Then you're going to negotiate the offer and close the deal with the new buyer. And then the last part is calculate the final profit, which means that is going to be based on the final purchase price from the new buyer. So let's go back up and look at and break this down. So from the seller, because you are wholesaling, that means that you are actually buying this house from a seller. You're not just getting the contract and assigning it to someone. When you're wholesaling, you're actually purchasing the property. Okay? So that's going to be you calculating your MAO. That's going to be you acquiring the property. That means you put it under contract and you actually go to closing to close on the property, and the property is now yours. Now you're going to look to see what kind of renovations or improvements are needed in order to get it to pass inspection. After that, so that's the first part where you're purchasing the property from the seller. So now you're going to determine the selling price by comps. So once you purchase this property from the seller, then you're going to get an affidavit that says that you can actually put this property on the market after contract, so that you can right away start to get buyers rounded up or looking at the property, so that once you finish purchasing the property and go through closing with the seller, you will already have your selling price by comp. You're going to calculate the expected profit, which again, you should have done that already. Then you're going to set the selling price based on the MAO and the comps in the area. And then you're going to market this and sell the property with a real estate agent. Now, at this point, you already own the property, and now you're looking to sell it to either another investor or a home buyer. So then once you get another investor or home buyer interested in the property, now you're going to negotiate the offer, and then you're going to ratify the contract with a new buyer, and you're going to close the deal. And you're going to calculate that final profit. You're going to calculate the final profit once you have finished and negotiated that deal. So that is the wholesaling process, and it's a two-part process, because first you're dealing with the seller of the property, and then once you acquire the property, now you're dealing with a new buyer for the property. So I just wanted to make that clear, that this is a two-part process. So in summary, overall, wholesaling offers investors a middle ground approach that combines the potential for significant profits with lower risk and faster turnaround times compared to traditional retail flips. However, like any investment strategy, wholesaling requires careful research, due diligence, and market analysis to ensure success. Because you're wholesaling and you actually own the property, that means that your profit at the end of this is going to be really significant, because you're not just getting a transfer fee for setting up the deal. You actually are the person who is going to acquire the property, and then you're going to resell it again for more of the profit. All right. So I want to thank you for joining me today. I'm Dr. Shelley Brown. I do have a course on udemy.com, Essentials of SFR Investing Strategies Made Easy. I will pin that in the first comment so that you can just click on it and get started right away. Wholesaling is a pretty new concept as far as being able to wholesale and retail a property and get bigger profits. So this is definitely a strategy that you could use to build up your wealth really quickly, so that once you get into being an investor, then you will be able to acquire more properties more quickly, because you are getting a lot more profit rather than wholesaling. You're wholesaling and getting a bigger profit, so you're going to be able to make more deals over time instead of the small transfer fee that you would have to stack up. So I hope this helps, and I hope you try your hand at wholesaling and see how the profits could really benefit you. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing. I hope you took lots of notes and you learned a lot from this exit strategy that I just showed you, and I hope you see the benefits of it. So this could also help to diversify your portfolio and help you to actually gain significant profits quickly. So this is another tool in your tool belt, so that you can actually be able to use this and get a lot of benefit out of it. All right, so that's all I have for you today, and I will see you on the next video. All right, goodbye. Oh, please like, share, and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you. Goodbye.